It's the Sunday after Christmas. Okay, like, probably not a lot of news going on right now, but watch, there's probably something catastrophic going on. Kind of like how last year, what was it, on Christmas Day, there was that Tennessee bomber who was just an absolute fucking nutcase. But white hats and black hats and, whatever, fucking comment sections be wild. But hey, it's beginning to look a lot like white people meeting in the bush talking about how they want to hang black people. I don't know how the fuck to fucking properly transition off of it's Boxing Day and let's talk about the Klan. He wore a wire and risked his life to expose who was in the Klan. Cool. What'd you find out? For nearly 10 years, Joseph Moore, should you have changed your last name to be less inflammatory, lived a secret double life. Okay. I've got many questions. At times, the U.S. Army veteran donned a white robe and a hood and, as a hitman for the Ku Klux Klan in North Florida. He attended clandestine meetings and participated in cross burnings. He even helped plan the murder of a black man. Wait for it. However, Moore was something else during his years in the Klan. His entirety of being in the Klan, okay? He wore a wire for the FBI. Fed. So, how many other feds were in the Klan as well? Because, again, we hear about the KKK all the time. Oh my god, America, KKK is just out there and it's just lynching black people. So, was he the only person wearing a wire? Okay, and if he was a fed the entire time trying to infiltrate the Klan, and we didn't hear anything about a big fucking Klan bust in North Florida, I don't really know what there's to be scared of or anything like that. It's like, if this was the 60s, if this was still the Democrat-controlled South where you have the likes of, I don't know, Robert Byrd, who was what, Grand Wizard or something like that. This guy achieved a rank which just sounds hilarious, and the Klan in and of itself is just a hilarious organization because, yeah, I like to make jokes, okay? I like to make spicy jokes, but racism on its face, it doesn't make any logical sense to me. I can see it where it's coming from just a mentally disturbed individual, why you just hate somebody because they aren't like you, but it doesn't resonate with me at all whatsoever. But I'm not trying to espouse how good of a person I am. I'm just trying to tell you where I'm coming from. I don't like any of this shit, okay? So you got a bunch of fucking degenerates who want to go out into the North Florida swamps and they want to burn crosses. Good place for them. You guys should probably just stay out there in the Everglades. Just chill out there. But if you want to take that and you want to, I don't know, apparently try to lynch a black guy, you got a problem. You got a serious problem. Anyways, so back to Joseph Moore here. He recorded his conversation with his fellow Klansmen, sometimes even captured video, and shared what he learned with federal agents trying to crack down on white supremacists and Florida law enforcement. One minor mistake, one tell he believed meant a certain violent death. Yeah, it's kind of like all snitches. He had to realize that this man would shoot me in the face in a heartbeat. Moore said in a deep, slow drawl. Whatever. He sat in his living room recently amid twinkling lights on a Christmas tree. On an all-white Christmas tree. Remembering a particularly scary meeting in 2015. But it was true of many of his days. Oh yes, of course, because white supremacists known for killing other white people, I guess. I don't know what they do. Before such meetings, he would sit alone in his truck. Yes, his pickup truck, his rusted-out pickup truck. Am I right? His diaphragm heaving with deep breathing techniques he learned as an army-trained sniper. Oh my god. Fucking, yeah, okay, G.I. Joe. Wearing a wire for the feds going into a Klan meeting. You look like every other member that's there. What's there to be so scared about? Would you just walk in like Steve Buscemi in 30 Rock? Hello, fellow Klansmen. For such the married father of four would help the federal government foil at least 2 murder plots. Oh yes, and one kidnapping plot of a certain northern governor. According to the court records of a criminal trial of 2 of the Klansmen, he was also an active informant when the FBI exposed Klan members working as law enforcement officers in the Florida city, county, and state levels. So a very effective snitch. Today, he and his family live under new names in Florida subdivision of manicured lawns when his kids play in the street. How did he become an informant? That's what I want to know. Geese wander slowly between man-made lakes. Yo, by the way, like I said up front, I'm not about, racism or perpetuating any sort of racial genocide or cleansing or any of that fucking dumb shit like that. But if we want to talk about the eradication of geese, I am all for it. Fuck geese. Apart from testifying in court, the 50-year-old has never discussed his undercover work in the Klan publicly, but he reached out to a reporter after the Associated Press published a series of stories about white supremacists working in Florida's prisons that are based, nothing based about this, in part on records and recordings detail his work with the FBI. Okay, there's the back of man's head, I guess. What's over there? We can't quite see. Terrible picture takers. The FBI wanted me to gather as much information about these individuals and confirm their identities. Moore said of law enforcement officers who were active members of or working with the Klan. From where I sat on horseback, with the intelligence laid out, I can tell you that none of these agencies have any control over any of it. It is more prevalent and consequential than any of them are willing to admit. Give us numbers, but we might get into that. Who knows? A lot of this is just fear-mongering and not really telling us anything about what's going on. But it's early. That's early. The FBI first asked Moore to infiltrate a Klan group called the the United Northern and Southern Knights of the KKK in rural North Florida. So many descriptions there. Okay, so you're Knights of the Klan in North Florida. Cool. In 2007, at Klan gatherings, they called them picnics, okay? Everybody brings their own tablecloth. They just happen to wear them. Moore noted license plate numbers and other identifying information of suspected law enforcement officers who were members. Is that against the rules to be a Klan member and a law enforcement officer? Like, I don't know. Or is this guy just like a super snitch? Again, there's a lot of stuff that's not known. And again, what's over there? What do they keep reaching at? I don't get it. Moore said he noted connections between the hate group and law enforcement in Florida and Georgia. He said he came across dozens of police officers, prison guards, sheriff's deputies, and other law enforcement officers who were involved in the Klan and outlaw motorcycle clubs. Very important to tack on an additional group as well, okay? How many were part of the Klan and how many were a part of just motorcycle clubs, as you say? Not a part of motorcycle gangs, because those are very different, okay? Were you dealing with Hell's Angels or were you dealing with Hex Angels? And again, you said that you came across dozens of police officers and prison guards and sheriff's deputies, but nothing hard and nothing factual about this. So again, this is just a reprint from the AP, and they like to be sensational and not necessarily very factual. While operating inside his first Klan group, first of many, and you know what, you always remember your first group, Moore alerted the feds to plot a murder of a Hispanic truck driver. Okay, listen, you guys noted that he foiled a murder plan of killing a black guy, but you didn't mention the Hispanic truck driver? What the fuck? Then he says he pointed the FBI. You were working for the FBI, so you just pointed your own resources toward a deputy with the Alachua County Sheriff's Office, Wayne Kirshner, who is a member of the same group. During Moore's years in the United Northern and Southern Knights, the FBI also identified a member of the Klan cell working in Fruitland Park, Florida. We don't much care for that land. Moore said he provided identifying information that could be useful in the case. Yeah, no, they were always just constantly dressed in red. One guy had an orange cape or something like that. He thought he was super Klansman. I don't fucking know. His years as an informant occurred during a critical time in the nation's domestic terrorism efforts in 2006. What the fuck was going on in 2006 domestically? The FBI had circulated an intelligence assessment about the Klan and other groups trying to infiltrate law enforcement ranks. How successful were they? White supremacist groups have historically engaged in strategic efforts to infiltrate and recruit from law enforcement. Oh, okay. The FBI wrote, the assessment said some of the law enforcements were volunteering professional resources to white supremacist cases, which they sympathize. Okay, how far did they get? If they just volunteered to be a part of white supremacist cases, were they accepted? Again, I'm not trying to cover up for the Klan, because that would be retarded and completely counter to my values, okay, in case that needs clarification. I'm just saying, you're not really providing any information here. You're just kind of telling a fantastical story. The FBI did not answer a series of questions sent by the AP about Moore's work as a confidential informant. Yeah, obviously. So who was this guy? Maybe we're going to get some concrete information. Moore was not a Klansman before working for the FBI, he said. Oh, really? Can you really believe somebody who pretended to be a white supremacist? Okay. He said he joined because the government approached him and asked for his help. Okay. What kind of a conversation is that? Hey, you look like you could be in the Klan. Are you? No? Would you like to be? Would you like to wear a wire for us? Okay. As a veteran and army-trained sniper, he said, he felt that his country asked him to protect the public from domestic terrorists. I'm sure that was the exact line that was running through his head at the time. This isn't just a newly fabricated lie he's telling himself. But whatever, okay. He had a duty to do so. He saw himself, he said, as a safety net between the violent extremists and the public. Cool. He said he never adopted their racist ideology. Well, prove it. To keep a lifeline to his true character. Moore fucked a lot of black hookers, I guess. Moore claims to have never used racial slurs while in character. Wouldn't that kind of tip off at the Klan meetings when they're talking about who they're trying to kill? I'm just saying, if you were central to some of the planning, you would have dropped a couple of hard R's. Just throwing that out there. Even as his Klan brethren tossed them around casually, of course. And if you would have went to just, I don't know, a little bit further into Florida, if you would have went down to South Beach, you would have heard another group of brothers tossing around the racial slurs casually as well. Just saying. On FBI recordings reviewed by the AP, he was never heard using racial slurs like his former Klan brothers. Oh good, he never said it on tape. And again, who gives a shit? It's not a crime, yet. But he also acknowledges that successful undercover work required him to change into a wholly different person so that he can convince the Klan brothers that he was one of them. Right, brother? I laid out a character that had been overseas, that had received medals in combat. Yeah, really, making up a new character for yourself. Really, pushing your own personal acting capabilities. That was proven. That had special operations experience. More experience than I had, but someone that they could feel confident would be a useful asset to the organization at a much higher level. It worked, and Moore was given high-level access and trust. Oh, so he got the passwords to the special white iMac? If you're not credible, you're not engaged on all levels, and you don't get to go home to your family, so you have to jump all in order to keep you and your family safe. I feel like you're missing a couple of steps there. I don't think that they're just like, okay, what are your credentials? Okay, cool. Now you're in. It's like, I think you got to kind of work up a bit, but whatever. It also required Moore to lie to his wife, to her parents, to everyone. What about your kids? Did you tell them that Daddy likes to parade as a white supremacist in the evening? Nobody could know what he was doing, but eventually Moore's wife became suspicious of his activities, wondered why he'd always volunteered to do the laundry, especially the whites, and he cracked. That's racist. He told her and her parents what he was doing. I'm not really a Klansman. Okay, I just pretend to be one on evenings and weekends. We can't tell them, and they continue to probe because they want to know what's going on in your life. So here's a concern that you have to lie to your own family. And I didn't want to be lying to my family, he said. So you continue to do it for how long? Moore was also being treated for bipolar disorder and severe anxiety. Yeah, no shit. Which he had gotten under control with medications. Don't care about your own personal failings. When the FBI agents whom he had worked with discovered that his wife knew, they ended their relationship with the agency. So Moore sought additional mental and physical health treatment through the Department of Veterans Affairs. Still, after some time away, the FBI would come back to him and recruit him for a second mission. Okay, cool. So he was just, keeping up appearances in the interim? Like, okay, how long was he in the Klan where he wasn't helping anybody out? So he became a Grand Nighthawk? I don't know what that is. In 2013, an FBI agent who worked with Moore during his first stint as an informant recruited him again. Okay, cool. So was he also in the Klan, or was he just Klan adjacent? How does this work? The time he was asked to infiltrate the Florida chapter of the national group called the Traditionalist American Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, okay, they don't abbreviate because I guess they have enough room on their letterhead. Within a year of becoming naturalized, he became a Grand Nighthawk of the Clavern. That's retarded. Based on rural north central Florida. He was in charge of security and internal communications, and because of his military background, or what he was saying, he was the go-to guy for violence. At a burning ceremony in December of 2014, that Charles Newcomb, the exalted God, the Klan are just so lampoonable. This guy's a Grand Nighthawk. This guy's an exalted Cyclops. We got a wizard over there, and we got a Morlock over in the corner. How many people were at this? Okay, like if there's multiple chapters or chapters with a K of the Klan that are all throughout northern Florida. How many people are involved in this? We should probably have some numbers, okay? Like if there's the white supremacist groups that are actually out there in force and they're planning something once every quarter, we should probably know about this, I guess. Pulled him aside, at this cross-burning ceremony, which I'm sure had a bitchin' bonfire. Discussed the scheme to kill a black man. The Klan killing black mans? God, I think they've gone too far this time. Warren Williams was a former inmate who'd gotten into a fight with one of their Klan brothers, a correctional officer named Thomas Driver. Corrections Sergeant David Morin and Newcomb wanted Williams dead. Just listen to ADA Krause from the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Sometimes you just gotta take a beating. Moore alerted the FBI and was approved to make secret recordings over the next few months. By this time, he'd become enshrined in Newcomb's life. They drank together, hung out at barbecues. What were you grilling? Crosses, I bet. And talked about life's problems, like there's just so many blacks in my neighborhood. This allowed Moore to get close enough to record the 3 current and former Florida correctional officers as they planned Williams's murder and threw around the N-word. He captured discussions of the murder plot that would lead to criminal convictions for the 3 Klansmen. Congratulations, you got results. In one instance, I guess. And that wasn't the only person they wanted to target, said Moore, and there was other people in the community that they wanted to target, and this was the one way they could build a case. Cool. Over his decade inside, during 2 stints, but continued membership? Again, kind of fuzzy on the details. Moore said that the list of other law enforcement officers tied to the Klan grew. Oh my God. The links, he said, were commonplace in Florida and Georgia, and it's easier to identify once he was inside. No shit, okay? Especially under the hood, because they just look so goofy with the little homemade eyes just poked in the front flap. Moore said the 3 current and former prison guards implicated in the murder plot case operated among a group of other officer Klan members in the reception and medical center in Lake Butler, Florida, a prison where new inmates were processed and given health checks. All right. He said the officers he knew were actively recruiting at the prison. Yeah, Aryan Brotherhood, we all know the stories. Of course, every day, more than 18,000 correctional officers who are all in the Klan, right, throughout the state work as public servants committed to the safety of Florida communities. Should not be defamed and isolated actions of 3 individuals who committed. Thank God, the department said in an emailed statement. That's fair. Okay, and AP, I see your tactics here. You're saying that, it's rampant within correctional officers, and then all of a sudden, which I'm sure this entire statement that they got from the department is a little bit longer than these couple of lines that you have here. You got 18,000 correctional officers, and we've continued over the course of this article, just drive into your mind that it's rampant in these different law enforcement agencies, and law enforcements are bad, and we should just tear down the institutions because a couple of idiots are out there burning crosses. Cool. Where's the actual crimes? Okay, you've alleged there was a plot to kill a Hispanic truck driver, and you have first-hand information of thwarting a murder plan for a black guy who got into a fist fight with one of your brothers, right? Congratulations on bringing both of those to the forefront, but can we figure out how big the Klan is? I'd like to know, because if this is the most pressing issue against the American public, domestic terrorists and white supremacists out there, we should probably have some concrete numbers to go on. Just saying. Spokeswoman Michelle Gladdy has told the AP the agency found no evidence of wider membership by extremist white supremacist groups or a systemic problem. Are you kidding? Well, of course, it's enshrined in there. It is a systemic problem. She wouldn't out one of her fellow Klansmen now, would she? Or do they let women into the Klan? I don't know. Oh, yes, they do. Just the pink hoods denote the women. She said every allegation of wrongdoing is investigated by the department's inspector general. That's cool. The statement by the state is not accurate. Based on the facts, said Moore, who was part of the Klan years ago, I guess, who asserts he saw evidence. Okay, cool. Can you provide any of it? Or were you not wearing a wire at that time? Of a more pervasive problem than the state is publicly acknowledging. He said that he gave the FBI information. Okay, yeah, this guy was working with the FBI, and I think you guys know my feelings on the Fed. Fuck the Fed. About other active white supremacists who are working as state prison guards and at other law enforcement agencies. And again, nowhere throughout this article have they stated, okay, and we've read just about every word that's in here so far, that it's not illegal, okay, nor would I be condoning this anyways, to be a Klan member and to be in law enforcement. There's nothing really adding up here, okay? He also provided information about Klansmen applying to be state prison guards. Okay, applying, okay? A lot of people apply for jobs every single day, so what the fuck are you doing? I guess he's just trying to justify all of those gangster rap records which he sings along to in his car through gritted teeth. After testifying in a murder conspiracy case against a Klansman he'd spent years working with. Again, he's like one of those old washed up high school quarterbacks. Remember when we took the team to state? Listen, James, you fucking thwarted one murder plan, and fucking find something new to hang your hat on. Or in his case, hang a black guy. After testifying in the murder conspiracy, he had been publicly identified, and in 2018 he began a new life under a new name. But he still has the names. He has the documents. Sure you do, pal. Oh, we're just about done. By then the work had taken an enormous toll on his mental and physical health. We know, he says, his character of Joe Moore. Wow, really went on a fucking branch there. His character of Joe Moore? But isn't it Joe Moore? Whatever. Grand Nighthawk. Is that a motorcycle? The Klan had to develop a kinship, the most familial of relations, with those he was investigating in order to make it out alive. Yeah, that's cool. He lost close friends who were or weren't in the Klan, he said, who were angry that he claimed fraudulent military honors as part of his alter ego. I'm sure feel bad for me. We have had to change our names. We have tried to move. Okay, if you were working for the Fed in like an official capacity, they would have taken care of you. I'm just saying. But again, fuck the Fed. We have had our addresses placed in confidentiality. However, there are people that have investigative capacity that have tracked us. They've uncovered our names, Moore said. Should have chose a more complex identity than Joe Moore when your name is Joseph Moore. In recent months, but then again, that could be a cover name as well. Fair enough. In recent months, people connected with the Klan have appeared at his house. Did they burn anything in the front yard? Because that'd be an identifier that they're still part of the Klan, by the way. Moore alerted the FBI and filed a report with the local sheriff's office. And the Fed's like, we don't know who you are. We don't have any record of a Joe Moore on our records. So, Moore also does not want his work and that other confidential informants who will put their lives on the line to help expose domestic extremists who have been in vain. Yeah, you should have had something in writing with the Fed before you put your life on the line. Oh, but I had a duty. Cool. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Okay, like, what's his name? Daryl Davis, the black guy who has turned like a few hundred Klans members, like, got them away from the Klan. I thought his story was incredibly interesting, and I seen this come up as well, and I wanted to go over it, and we extensively went over it, and boy, not a lot of information is really known, and it's like everything that you know is kind of out of date. But thanks for thwarting that murder plan. That's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, no concrete numbers, just a couple of chapters that are out there. Oh, there's more plans of more Klans member to infiltrate the law enforcement agencies. That's why we need to tear them down. Thanks, Associated Press. Your bias is showing. Buy a little hood. I bet you James probably knows where you can get one on the cheap. Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for the gift of your time, and hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas weekend. Is that what we're going to call it? I think so. I think that resonates well. And we'll be back at it with a live shit tomorrow morning. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.